Welcome to our in-depth technical analysis of MU, traded on the NASDAQ. As of December 17, 2025, MU is priced at $232.51. Over the past 3 months, the stock has experienced notable fluctuations, reflecting both market sentiment and broader economic trends. In this video, we'll break down key technical indicators, analyze recent price movements, and provide insights into what these signals might mean for investors. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting out, understanding these technicals can help inform your decisions. Let's begin by setting the stage with a quick overview of MU's recent market performance and why technical analysis is crucial for navigating today's volatile markets. Over the last 63 trading days, MU's prices range from a low of $61.54 to a high of $264.75, with the current price sitting at $232.51. This wide range highlights significant volatility and trading opportunities. The stock's 52-week position is at 84.13%, indicating it's trading near its yearly high. Such price action often attracts both momentum traders and long-term investors. By examining the daily open, high, low, and close data, we can spot trends, reversals, and periods of consolidation. Let's take a closer look at how these price movements have unfolded over the past quarter. Moving averages are foundational tools in technical analysis, helping smooth out price data and reveal underlying trends. For MU, we see a variety of moving averages: simple SMA, exponential EMA, weighted WMA, and more, calculated over different periods. For example, the 5-day SMA is at 246.66, while the 200-day SMA sits at 139.09. Short-term averages above long-term ones typically signal bullish momentum, while the opposite can indicate bearishness. By comparing these averages, traders can gauge the current trend's strength and potential reversals. Let's break down what these moving averages are telling us about MU's current trajectory. Focusing on the short term, MU's 5-day and 10-day SMAs are both above the current price, suggesting recent weakness. The 5-day EMA at 240.88 and the 10-day EMA at 241.48 reinforce this, as both are higher than the last close. This could indicate a short-term pullback or consolidation phase. However, these averages are still well above the longer-term SMAs, showing that the broader uptrend remains intact. Traders often watch for crossovers between short and long-term averages to anticipate shifts in momentum. Let's see how these short-term signals fit into the bigger picture. Looking at the long term, MU's 200-day SMA is at 139.09, and the 200-day EMA is at 159.56. Both are significantly below the current price, confirming a strong upward trend over the past year. The alignment of shorter-term averages above these long-term benchmarks is a classic bullish signal. However, as prices move further from these averages, the risk of a correction increases. Investors should be mindful of potential mean reversion, especially after extended rallies. Let's explore how these long-term signals interact with other technical indicators. Bollinger Bands are a popular tool for measuring volatility and identifying overbought or oversold conditions. For MU, the upper band is at 263.66, the middle at 234.45, and the lower at 205.24. The current price is just below the middle band, suggesting a neutral to slightly bearish short-term outlook. The band width of 0.249 indicates moderate volatility. When prices approach the upper or lower bands, it often signals potential reversals or breakouts. Let's see how MU's recent price action interacts with these volatility bands. The MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence, is a momentum indicator that helps traders spot changes in trend strength and direction. For MU, the MACD value is 6.03, with a signal line at 7.2 and a histogram at -1.16. The negative histogram suggests that bullish momentum is weakening, and the MACD line crossing below the signal line could indicate a short-term bearish phase. However, the overall trend remains positive, so this may simply be a pause before the next move. Let's break down what this means for short-term traders. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, measures the speed and change of price movements, helping identify overbought or oversold conditions. MU's 14-day RSI is at 49.07, close to the neutral 50 mark. The 21-day and 28-day RSIs are slightly higher, at 52.25 and 54.15 respectively. These values suggest that MU is neither overbought nor oversold, indicating a balanced market. RSI momentum is negative, hinting at a possible short-term dip, but not enough to trigger a strong reversal signal. Let's see how this fits with other momentum indicators. The stochastic oscillator compares a stock's closing price to its price range over a set period. For mu, the 14-day %K is at 40.4 and %D at 61.81, while the 5-day %K is much lower at 6.01, indicating recent weakness. The 21-day values are higher, suggesting some recovery in the longer short term. These mixed signals point to short-term volatility and possible indecision among traders. When the %K line is below 20, it often signals oversold conditions, but Mu's readings are mostly in the middle range. Let's interpret what this means for upcoming price action. Momentum indicators help gauge the speed of price movements. Mu's 10-day momentum is -6.98, and the 20-day is -9.44, both negative, indicating a recent slowdown. The rate of change ROC over 14 days is 3.55, showing a slight positive shift, while the ROCP and ROCR are also mildly positive. This suggests that while short-term momentum is weak, the overall trend remains upward. These indicators are useful for spotting early signs of reversals or trend continuations. Let's see how momentum fits into the broader technical picture. The average true range, ATR, measures market volatility. Mu's 14-day ATR is 13.49, with a normalized ATR and ATR of 5.8. These values indicate moderate volatility, which can create both risk and opportunity for traders. True volatility is also at 5.8, and the volatility breakout indicator is 0.654, suggesting that while price swings are present, they're not extreme. Understanding volatility helps traders set stop-loss levels and manage risk more effectively. Let's look at how these volatility measures impact trading strategies. Volume is a key indicator of market participation and conviction. Mu's on-balance volume, OBV, is over 562 million, and the Money Flow Index, MFI, is at 52.06, both suggesting steady buying interest. The accumulation distribution, AD, line is also positive, though the AD oscillator is slightly negative, hinting at some recent distribution. Volume growth rate is 1.32, and the relative volume is just under 1, indicating average trading activity. High volume on up days can confirm bullish trends, while spikes on down days may signal caution. Let's see how volume supports or contradicts the price action. Trend strength indicators help determine how robust a price movement is. Mu's ADX, average directional index, is at 14.96, which is relatively low and suggests a weak trend. The trend strength score is 0.138, and the trend quality index is 31.48, both pointing to a lack of strong directional conviction. This means that while the overall trend is up, the current move lacks momentum. Traders may want to wait for stronger signals before making significant commitments. Let's see how these trend indicators fit with other technicals. Support and resistance levels are crucial for identifying potential entry and exit points. Mu's current pivot point is at 234.16, with resistance at 237.75 and support at 228.93. The price is just below the pivot, suggesting a neutral to slightly bearish stance in the short term. If the price breaks above resistance, it could trigger further buying, while a drop below support may lead to more selling. These levels often act as psychological barriers and can influence trading behavior. Let's see how Mu has reacted to these levels recently. Linear regression helps forecast future prices based on historical trends. For Mu, the regression slope is 1.43, indicating a positive trend, while the intercept is 164.11. The R-squared value is 0.81, showing a strong fit between the model and actual prices. The predicted price is 257.11, but the current price is 24.6 below this, suggesting a short-term undervaluation. This gap could present a buying opportunity if other indicators align. Let's see how regression analysis complements other technical signals. Assessing risk versus reward is essential for any trading strategy. Mu's risk-reward ratio is 0.808, indicating that potential risks slightly outweigh expected rewards in the current setup. The ATR and volatility measures suggest moderate risk, while the technical score of 25.58 and momentum score of 217.21 provide a mixed outlook. Traders should consider stop-loss strategies and position sizing to manage exposure. Let's discuss how to balance risk and reward when trading Mu. Market sentiment can be gauged through indicators like the ultimate oscillator, which for Mu is at 49.95, almost perfectly neutral. The Arun oscillator is at 71.43, suggesting a strong uptrend, while the MA alignment is slightly negative at -1. These mixed signals reflect some uncertainty in the market. Sentiment indicators are best used alongside price and volume analysis to confirm trends or spot divergences. Let's see how sentiment is shaping Mu's outlook. Examining the last few trading sessions, Mu has seen a pullback from highs near $264.75 to the current $232.51. Daily returns have been negative and price acceleration is indicating a loss of momentum. However, volume remains robust, suggesting that institutional players are still active. Patterns like these often precede either a reversal or a continuation, depending on how support and resistance levels hold. Let's analyze what these recent patterns could mean for the next move. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review some core technical analysis concepts: moving averages, momentum, volatility, support and resistance, and regression analysis. Each plays a unique role in helping traders interpret price action and make informed decisions. Understanding how these indicators interact can provide a more comprehensive view of the market. By combining multiple signals, traders can increase their chances of success and better manage risk. Let's summarize the key takeaways from Mu's technical landscape. In summary, Mu is currently trading near the upper end of its recent range, with most technical indicators pointing to a strong but potentially overextended uptrend. Short-term momentum has weakened, and volatility remains moderate. Key support and resistance levels will be crucial in determining the next move. Volume and sentiment are mixed, suggesting traders should remain cautious and wait for clearer signals before making large commitments. Let's conclude with some actionable insights for both short-term and long-term investors. For short-term traders, consider waiting for a breakout above resistance or a bounce from support before entering new positions. Use stop-loss orders to manage risk, given the moderate volatility. Long-term investors may view any pullbacks as buying opportunities, provided the broader uptrend remains intact. Keep an eye on volume spikes and sentiment shifts for early warning signs of trend changes. As always, combine technical analysis with fundamental research for the best results. Thanks for joining this technical deep dive into Mu. Stay tuned for more market insights.